Yes, absolutely. I can repeat. What was the question?
I knew that was coming.
When you discovered that Teddy was
I knew that was
what were
it.
the things that went through your mind to say, okay, I want to get
Common.
Okay.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm the guest.
Are you together?
I'm ready.
Are we good on the camera? I've literally never had somebody leave me speechless, and this man has done it to me twice. When he told me that he was my secret admirer and when he proposed.
And so what I really love about Briana is that she is very compassionate and caring.
He helps me to not take myself so seriously and to, relax and enjoy life.
I'm genuinely a better person when I'm with her, and genuinely a better person because of her.
He's a great partner to journey through life with. It's fun, it's funny.
Overall, she's beautiful, she's talented. I can always guarantee that when I'm doing something wrong, she's gonna say something.
He's a genuinely great human being.
She holds me to my highest in everything.
Well, we met on the campus of Hampton University.
The real HU.
Yes. It was our freshman year.
Second semester, freshman year, we started getting closer because I joined the gospel choir, and she was singing in the gospel choir. And so when I joined, that's when I really got to know her. And we didn't date the entire time while we were at Hampton. We were just really good friends. We hung out together. By senior year, we were vacationing together with groups of friends. After I graduated, that I really started to know that she was the one. Was really praying to God who was my mate. Like, I didn't want to date a long time. I didn't want to do all of those things. I wanted to be married. And so I had really been fasting and praying, and I heard clear as day the Lord say, Briana. As soon as I knew, I started sending her messages in her honesty box. So honesty box, no one could know who sent the message. It was so stupid, and it was really big then. And so I sent her a message like,
Hi, Briana. I just want you to know that I'm the one for you, and in time, I will reveal myself, and just know that my love for you grows from afar.
That was
and
not
I'm like,
everything.
And my response back, please reveal yourself, period. And then there was silence, crickets.
So it was
and then he would pop back up like 6 months later. I haven't forgotten about you, Briana.
Having sent all these messages and telling her, and the whole time she's telling me about the messages, I sent them, so I knew. So I would say, oh yeah, I know the person. He's going to be great for you.
He told me that he even helped the person craft the honesty box messages, and that I was going to be so pleased, and he gave his stamp of approval and blessing as one of my close male friends. So it wasn't just the honesty box Facebook app that he was using. He was actually physically mailing things to my house. He sent things to my job at the high school that I was working at. He sent things there. He sent things to my parents' address. Little clues, little messages, cards with nice handwritten notes in them.
It was so funny.
Write.
So leaving for seminary, I was like deciding. I had sent a bunch of clues with, I think, the spelling of the person's name, the person, which is me, the name. So I would send like a different letter, and so if a card would have an E on it, or one card may have a Y. And we would get together, go to dinner, and she's like, I can't figure it out. Like, and I'm like trying to help her, like, oh, you're doing well. And she's like, I'm trying to put the letters together and they're not making sense. A day before I was leaving, was it the day before? I was like, let's go to dinner.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you.
I still remember we went to Mert's Heart and Soul, which I don't think he really likes, but he went there because that's where I wanted to go. And he was really nervous. And I know when this man is nervous, and he tries to say he wasn't nervous, but he was like sweating, and he was like really nervous. Like we go to dinner. He's nervous, but nothing happens at dinner. So then he says, well, let's go get some ice cream.
Cold Stone, my favorite place.
Cold Stone. We're eating the ice cream, and then he's like, oh my God, I know what it spells. I know what it spells. And so on the Cold Stone napkin, which I still have to this day, he scribbles, Teddy is Boaz, which he had been calling himself Boaz. And I'm like,
before divinity school.
What? Are you kidding me? Like, you're the one that was, secretly admiring me. At this point, we're going on like 3 years.
Okay, so first, she did not believe that it was me. She would not believe it. She refused to believe it. So I had to call my then pastor. I had to call my mother. We called Hampton folks. We called like Twinda. We called Ashley, Jayla.
Flora.
Yeah, we all know. Like, everybody was throwing it off, and she's just in shock. Like, I can't believe this. And then she starts to get mad. So it goes from shock to, so everybody's holding this secret. Like, I'm the fool. Like, everybody's been knowing this for almost 3 years, and I'm walking around looking stupid, and everybody's looking at me crazy. I presented her with a Tiffany's bracelet. You remember what was on it?
Kindness, love, respect.
Is what I would always show her.
And he said he would always show me kindness, love, and respect. Yes.
And so I asked her, would she take the journey with me to date, even though I was about to move and I was going to be in New Jersey, she was going to be in New York. I think the biggest thing for me was that she was my friend first, and it made it easier to move from friendship to another level. So the hardest part about the proposal and setting all of this up was trying to find the sign. So I had booked hotels, I had started telling everyone, was really trying to find this wedding information sign, which was no longer on Fremont Street. They had remodeled the whole street. So, at this point, we're deep in. I've sent out invitations, I've told everyone, and I'm just like petrified that the sign is not going to be there. And a good family friend, Miss Cynthia, started hitting the pavement. I mean, she would take her days off work just driving around Vegas downtown trying to find a sign. She would go to businesses. I called every wedding chapel in Las Vegas. She looks up on this museum called the Neon Museum in Vegas, which holds all the old signs that were once in Las Vegas, on the Strip and different things. And she sees the wedding information sign. And once we got the sign and we had about 22 of our friends come out, family members, parents, come out, and it was just great. It was her 30th. So throughout the weekend, she was surprised with different people before the proposal to see that it was telling them they were coming out for her 30th. Everybody's just coming to celebrate her. She still has no clue. We go into the museum. I tell her, we're going to do something educational while we're on the trip, because we love museums, so we're trying to figure out something to do. And so I was surprising her with several of her line sisters. Our parents are in standby, waiting in the back. So as we turn the corner, Brianna's not paying any attention to we're walking up on the sign. Her and her line sisters are taking all these photos, which was kind of good because they kept her attention. So I walk up to the sign. I tell Brianna, hey, come here.
And I'm like, okay, this is going to be nice. He's going to, sing happy birthday. That's what I thought.
And so as we're walking up, she walks up. I said, do you remember this sign? And she's like, yeah, I think, yeah. So, you remember this sign?
Yeah.
7 years ago, it'll be 8 years in June. 8 years in June, we came to Vegas with Jason, with Maurice, with Darian, and we walked past this sign. You remember what I did?
You got down on one knee?
Got down on one knee. And what else did I do?
I don't know.
And when he started asking me questions about the sign, I'm answering, but I'm like, okay, what's going on? What's going on?
I was like, do you remember what we did in front of this sign? And she's like, yeah, you got down on one knee. And so I got down on one knee, and you proposed to me. And so I began to propose to her in that moment. I asked you to marry me. Then we were just friends. It was 2008. We had just graduated from Hampton. I was living in California. You were living in Charlotte teaching school. And we were friends. So you thought. So as that's going on and I'm proposing, the museum guide brings out our parents. And so, and it really started dawning on her. She's like, why is your mom here? And so proposing, and she turns around and she sees her mom and dad, and it's shocking her, so she can't really respond. But today I want to make it official. You're everything. You're amazing, you're beautiful, you make me laugh, you make me cry. You're about the only person I'm about vulnerable with like that. You pull out the best of me. You tell me when I'm being mean. You tell me when I'm being too conservative, too strict. My preaching is better because of you. Listening to my sermons and telling me, you gotta slow down, you gotta do this, that's too long, that's too... you complete me. You are my equal. And so today...
I was left completely speechless because, you know, he's down on one knee, but I'm still processing the fact that I just spoke to my mother an hour ago, who was supposed to be in Charlotte, North Carolina, and she's standing here at the Neon Museum in Vegas. So it was completely speechless. I couldn't get any words out until I saw the ring.
I want to ask you, I told you I was getting you wood. I want to ask you,
Wood.
will you marry me, black girl? I need an answer. And I pull out the ring and I asked her will she marry me, and she said an explicit word, which the video camera did not pick up. It starts with the S and ends with a T. When I pulled the ring out, and she said yes, which was like really good, because I told her I was only gonna do it once. But I was like, this is good, right? It was a point in which I knew I was ready. I knew she was ready, and it was good to have our family, our friends there and present, and those who couldn't be there in person, they were streaming in, they periscoped in, and were sending messages. So it was just great to have our community, our village there, whether physically or spiritually or praying. And it was a journey. Like it really has been a journey. It was fun. Like looking back, I was stressed then, but it was a lot of fun. And we're at this point. We're at this point. We're glad that you are here. We're glad that you're watching our video. The Reeves 2017 in Charlotte, North Carolina, the Queen City of the Tar
Heel State.
Charlotte,
North Carolina.
That's a shout out to the Hampton folks. So yeah, we look forward to having all of our family, all of our friends there to turn up with us as we celebrate the joining together of something that we know God has ordained, and something that we look forward to doing.
Something that's been a long time coming.
It hasn't been that long.
But a change has come.
Even when I scream, no one hears my call. My cries float through empty space. echoes are erased. But just when I think I'm gone,